Okay, I need you to be honest with me right now. Not, yeah, I probably spend a little too much on coffee, honest, but honest. I mean, real, uncomfortably look yourself in the eye, honest. Pull out your latest car loan statement. What's the number? $400? $600? More than $700? Because if you're watching this video and your monthly car payment is eating up more than $500 of your paycheck, and statistically, that's very likely you need to hear something that's going to sound extremely unpleasant at first. This payment isn't just a line item in your budget, it's a mechanism. A precisely engineered, psychologically honed, financially ruthless mechanism created not by accident, not as a byproduct of market forces, but intentionally with one single goal: to keep you always, constantly, indefinitely, sitting across from a dealership finance manager signing another loan agreement. Not for this car, not for the next 5 years, forever. And the craziest part, the thing that really keeps me up, is that most people fall into this trap more than once. They fall in, struggle to climb out, and immediately drop back in. Again and again and again. And they never once stop to calculate what it's actually costing them. I did the math, and honestly, I wish I hadn't, because the number is so massive, so life-altering, that when you see it, and you will see it today, you're either going to get angry or you're going to get incredibly motivated. Ideally, both. My name is Sam. You're on the channel Sem Invests, and I spend way too much time thinking about why the average American stays broke despite earning more than ever in history. If you're someone who feels like they're doing everything right, going to work, paying bills, not throwing money around, but still can't seem to get ahead financially, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if this video proves helpful. Because today, I'm going to prove that your car, the one sitting in your driveway or office parking lot right now, is the primary obstacle between you and financial freedom. Not your mortgage, not student debt, not streaming subscriptions, your car. And by the end of this video, you'll understand how the auto industry turned a simple machine for getting from point A to point B into a lifelong capital extraction device. And, more importantly, you'll learn exactly how to get out. Let's go. The reality of the American auto market. So, let's start with the current state of affairs, because the current state of auto lending in America is pure madness. According to Experian data for 2024, the average monthly payment for a new car loan in the US is about $735. I'll say that again, $735 a month for a car. Used cars aren't much better. The average payment is around $550 a month. The average loan term, and this is where the real nightmare begins, has climbed to 68 and 72 months, almost 6 years. Furthermore, the share of loans lasting 84 months or more is skyrocketing. 7 years. You're paying for a car for 7 years. The average interest rate for a new auto loan is currently around 7.1% for borrowers with good credit. If your score is below 700, get ready for 10%, 12%, or even 15% and higher. Subprime auto loans, which make up about 15% of the total market, are regularly issued at 16 to 20% APR. Let's translate this into real numbers. According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car in early 2025 is about $49,200. Let's say you put down $3,000 and took out a $46,200 loan at 7.1% for 72 months. The monthly payment is about $790. The total amount paid over the term is $56,880. The interest overpayment is $10,680. You paid nearly $11,000 extra for an asset that, by that time, has lost approximately 40–45% of its value. The car you paid nearly $57,000 for is worth, at best, $22,000, $25,000 after 6 years. This isn't a purchase. It's not an investment. It's a capital destruction machine with heated seats and a panoramic roof. The payment packing game. Now, you might be thinking, Sam, I negotiated well, I got a good deal. Maybe. But here's what most people don't understand about how car dealers actually work. When a sales manager asks you that golden question, what monthly payment are you comfortable with? It's not out of concern for your budget. It's the opening move in one of the most profitable psychological games in all of consumer finance. Here's why. By knowing your target payment, the dealer can manipulate three variables simultaneously to hit that number while maximizing their profit: the vehicle price, the interest rate, and the loan term. Most buyers only watch one of the three, the monthly payment. Look at a concrete example. Suppose you tell a dealer you want to pay about $550 a month. He could sell you a $32,000 car at 6% for 72 months. The payment is $531. Or he could sell you a $38,500 car at 7.5% for 84 months. The payment is $543. They feel almost identical. No, the second option costs you $7,200 more in total, and you'd never notice because you were entirely focused on the monthly figure. This is called payment packing, and it's no industry secret. This is literally what sales managers are trained to do from day one. The monthly payment is a diversion. It pulls your eyes away from the total cost, the only number that truly matters, and shifts it to a number that feels manageable. And it works. It works phenomenally well. That is why Americans currently hold over $1.6 trillion in outstanding auto debt, according to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. The infinite loop. Negative equity. But the loan itself isn't the biggest problem. The biggest problem is the cycle. Here is what the cycle looks like for the average American. You take out a new car loan for 72 months. Around month 28-32, a little over 2 years in, you start getting bored with the car. Or something breaks. Or a coworker pulls into the parking lot in something newer and shinier. Or the dealer starts flooding you with letters, "We're ready to buy back your vehicle above market value. Trade up with 0 down." So you go to the showroom. But here's the catch. You still owe, say, $28,000 on the loan, but the market value of your car at trade-in is now $22,000. You are underwater by $6,000. In the industry, this is called negative equity. The dealer doesn't care. He just rolls that $6,000 into the new loan. Now you're financing a $42,000 car, but your loan is actually for $48,000. To keep the payment comfortable, they stretch the term to 84 months. The loop closes, and it repeats again. According to Edmunds, approximately 25% of all trade-ins in 2024 involved negative equity, and the average amount of that deficit was about $6,800. Every fourth person trading in a car is essentially dragging a snowball of debt that gets bigger with every replacement. The auto industry has created a system where the car you buy today makes you poorer not just now, but during your next purchase too. They've learned to reach into your future and pull money out of a transaction that hasn't even happened yet. It's a hamster wheel. And once you're on it, getting off seems almost impossible. But it isn't. We'll get to that. The $2.2 million opportunity cost. Now, let's zoom out. Because I think people don't take this seriously specifically because they look at car expenses in isolation. Well, I pay $735 a month, so what? Let's look at what this pattern costs over an entire adult life. Take two people, both 25 years old, both earning $70,000 a year. Everything is the same except for one decision. Person A, Marcus, does what most Americans do. He gets a new car every 5 or 6 years. Average payment is $700 a month, always with a loan, sometimes rolling over negative equity. From age 25 to 65, 40 years of continuous car payments. Total spent on loan payments. $700 times 12 times 40 equals $336,000. Insurance on newer, more expensive cars, about $2,200 a year. Over 40 years, $88,000. Total transportation costs for Marcus, roughly $424,000. And at the end, he has a used car worth maybe $12,000, $15,000. Person B, Priya, acts differently. At 25, she buys a reliable 3-year-old car for $19,000. She takes a 8-month loan at 6.5% payment is about $450 a month. She pays it off and drives it for a total of 10 years. She saves the difference. Then she buys her next car using the same strategy. Over 40 years, Priya buys 4 cars instead of Marcus's 7 or 8. Total spent on loan payments, about $86,000. Insurance on older, cheaper cars, about $1,500 year. Over 40 years, $60,000. Total transportation costs for Priya, roughly $146,000. The difference between Marcus and Priya is $278,000. But here's the part that should really blow your mind. What if Priya takes just the difference in monthly payments, let's say $350 a month, and invests it in an S&P 500 index fund with an average annual return of 10% over 40 years? Those $350 a month turn into approximately $2.2 million. This isn't theory. This isn't fiction. This is basic compound interest math. This is the real, actual cost of a perpetual auto loan compared to a strategic approach to cars. Your auto loan isn't keeping you from being a little more comfortable. It's keeping you from being a millionaire. And that is not an exaggeration. The psychology of the trap. If the math is so obvious, and it is, it's just multiplication, why do smart, educated, hardworking people keep making this choice again and again? 3 psychological forces. And these aren't character flaws. These are deep-rooted cognitive patterns that the auto industry has spent decades and billions of dollars studying and exploiting. Status signaling. A car is the most visible financial decision in your life. No one sees your brokerage account. No one sees your retirement fund balance. No one sees your actual net worth. No, everyone sees what you pull into the parking lot. In a culture that equates financial success with visible consumption, a car becomes a billboard for who you want to appear to be. Research from the Journal of Consumer Research shows people consistently overestimate others' wealth based on the car they drive. We assume the BMW owner is doing better than the Camry owner. But the data says otherwise. Thomas Stanley's research in The Millionaire Next Door showed the most popular brand among American millionaires is Toyota. People who look rich and people who are actually rich are very often completely different people. Hedonic adaptation. This is the psychological phenomenon where the pleasure from a new purchase fades sharply and quickly. Studies show the euphoria of a new car lasts on average 2 to 3 months. After that, it's just your car, the one you get stuck in traffic in, the one that gets door dings in the parking lot. But the payment lasts 72 months. You get 2 to 3 months of mood elevation in exchange for 6 years of financial burden. That is a catastrophically bad trade. And yet, because the next new car promises that dopamine hit again, we keep reaching for it. It's the same cycle as any other short-term pleasure. The high is short, the price is long, and the craving never goes away. Normalization, perhaps the most dangerous of the 3. Auto loans have become so ubiquitous, so taken for granted, so woven into the financial fabric of American life that most people literally cannot imagine existing without them. When I tell people they should aim to never have a car loan, they look at me like I'm suggesting they bike to work through 3 states. A permanent car payment is viewed as a fixed cost of existence, like rent or the electric bill. And this normalization, the belief that everyone has a car loan, so it's fine, is the most profitable idea the auto industry has ever embedded into the American mass consciousness. The way out. A 5-step plan. All right, enough about the problems. Let's talk about what to actually do. Understanding a problem without a solution is just depressing. Step 1. Know your real auto budget. The total value of your car should not exceed 35% of your gross annual income, ideally less than 25%. If you earn $70,000 a year, Your car should cost no more than $24,500. A 3 to 5-year-old Honda Civic, Toyota Corolla, Mazda 3, or Hyundai Elantra in this price range will easily hit 200,000 miles with normal maintenance. And according to Consumer Reports, these are some of the most reliable cars on the market. Step 2. Never negotiate on the monthly payment. The only number you discuss is the final out-the-door price, including all taxes and fees. If the manager asks about the payment, reply, "I don't discuss monthly payments. What is your best total price?" And arrive with a pre-approved loan from your bank or credit union. They almost always beat dealership financing rates. Step 3. Drive the car for at least 10 years. The years after the loan is paid off, when you have no car payment, are the golden years where you redirect $600, $700 a month into investments and an emergency fund. The average annual maintenance cost for a 5 to 10 year old car is about $1,400, $1,900, according to AAA. Even in the worst repair year, it's cheaper than 3 months of new car payments. Step 4. Create a car replacement fund. As soon as you pay off the loan, put half of your former payment into a high-yield savings account. In 5 years, you'll have $18,000 in cash, and you'll walk into the dealer with a check, holding all the cards. Invest the remaining half every month into an index fund. Step 5. If you are currently underwater, do not trade in. The worst thing you can do is roll negative equity into a new loan. Keep this car, make extra payments, and see the loan through to the end. Rolling debt is the financial equivalent of digging a hole deeper because you don't like sitting in it. The real price of the payment. I want to wrap up with something that goes beyond the math. Because, yes, $2.2 million in missed opportunity is a staggering number. But let's make it more personal. Imagine the version of your life where you haven't had a car loan for the last 5 years. What would that look like? That's an extra $600, $700 a month. Potentially $36,000, $42,000 over 5 years. Would you have quit the job you hate to start your own business? Taken the trip you've dreamed of? Had a 6-month emergency fund that let you sleep peacefully at night without that background financial anxiety that never goes away? Would you have said yes to opportunities you were forced to say no to because of monthly payments? That's the real price. It's not just money, it's flexibility, it's options. It's the ability to take a risk when a chance appears, to absorb a blow when life throws something unexpected, to pivot in a new direction when the old path stops working. Every dollar locked in a payment for a depreciating vehicle is a dollar not working for your future. And auto manufacturers and lenders aren't thinking about your future. They only care about your next payment. Here's what I want you to remember most from this video. Wealthy people buy assets, things that go up in value or generate income. The middle class buys liabilities disguised as status symbols. And the most expensive one, the most massive, the most culturally supported, is sitting in your driveway right now. I'm not saying you have to drive a junker. I'm not saying cars can't bring joy. I'm saying be intentional. Make choices with your eyes wide open. Understand the full cost, financial, psychological, and in terms of missed opportunities before you sign on the dotted line. Because once you see it clearly, you can't unsee it. And that clarity is worth more than any car on any dealer lot. Your next step. Here's what I want you to do right now before you close this video and move to the next one. Go to Kelley Blue Book or Edmunds and look up the current market value of your car. Then check your loan balance. Find out where you stand. That is step 1. You can't fix what you don't see. And then, right now, decide what you will do differently for your next car purchase. Will you buy used, shorten the loan term, drive your current car for 3 more years and save the difference? Pick one concrete commitment and write it down. Save it in your phone notes. Tape it to your bathroom mirror. Do whatever it takes not to forget. Because the auto industry has spent decades perfecting the art of neatly extracting your money. And the only defense that actually works is knowing exactly how the game is played. Now you know. If this video changed how you think about auto loans, hit like and subscribe to Sem Invests. Share this video with someone who is about to buy a car right now. you might save them tens of thousands of dollars. And leave a comment. What are you driving now? How much do you pay a month? And will this video change your next move? I read every comment and I truly want to hear from you. My name is Sam. This is the channel Sem Invests. I spend too much time thinking about this, so you don't have to. See you in the next video.